This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of At the Heart of Business. I'm your host, Judith Tate. At the Heart of Business is a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. Today, my first guest is Vaughn Chalno of Concrete Cafe.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here because a few months ago, I discovered the Concrete Cafe and I walked in and I thought, how have I not known about this place? It is so cool.
That's most people's reaction. They kind of walk in and they stop because they're not expecting it at all.
Yeah, exactly, especially where it's located. So first, tell us about the Concrete Cafe and how it started, because it's not just like any cafe, like it started out of something else.
Yes. My husband and I make custom concrete, steel, and wood furniture. So it's actually the showroom for Robert Owen Studios. So it's always been there for about 16 years now. Oh, okay. And then back about 2 years ago, the construction guys started coming in to check us out because concrete, it's kind of like bikes waving at each other, they just came in. And then they asked if they could hold some meetings there because all they were in trailers. So Rob and I just kind of went, maybe we need to open a cafe or somewhere for these guys to go. And then, we didn't really take it seriously until a few weeks later, we're like, maybe we should do this, So it was a little unconventional when it came to a business strategy.
Yeah.
And then we just decided I learned about coffee, and the rest is history. We just opened it up to the guys, and then the public found us.
That's amazing. So do you have some type of a passion that drives, your business every day? Like, I've tasted your baked goods.
I do obviously love to bake.
Okay.
And I'm a real gabber, and we love people.
Yeah.
And I think that comes across when people come in. They come in as strangers, but a lot of times they leave as friends, but they keep coming back.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it a little unique. I try and greet everybody the same, talk to people, and I think that comes across. So, and I'm not we never try to be something that we're not.
Yeah.
It's really easy to be yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that comes across when we talk to people. They end up leaving, and I get hugged by all the little old ladies that come in and thank me for being there.
Yeah.
Because it gives them somewhere to go. They can walk to. Because they can't drive and stuff like that. So that's kind of what keeps us going. It's our people. It's the people that come in.
Yeah. It's what I feel there is a real sense of community.
It is.
So tell us why that's important to you.
It's important to us because right now we feel the local people within a walking distance of our cafe are really upset. They're confused of what's going on down there. There's a lot of stuff being built down there, whether it's the 5 new condos that just went up. We've got condos going where we are located. There's going to be condos down by the water, and they're really upset about that. And we felt we needed to fill a need to keep people grounded, that there is still a community down there. And I think that's what the cafe has done for the locals that come in. They leave feeling better that maybe this won't change, or as we tried to convince them, it's going to change. Nothing will stay the same, but it might be for the better.
Yeah.
And it will help the community in the long run.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what we do down there.
Yeah, and your cafe, actually, before we get to that, the hat. Everyone knows that when they see that hat.
Everyone knows the hat.
Yeah, so is there a story behind your hat?
This hat is probably close to 30 years old.
Nice.
I was married once before, and we were all Harley drivers, motorcycle drivers. And Paul Mackey, we used to ride with him, and he got these hats in. Okay. And he gave myself one, and another lady there. I know she was a DJ somewhere on one of the radio stations, the country station at the airport.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her for decades. But anyway, so that's how long I've had it. Oh. So all the summer I wear it. And most people who see me within town, they know exactly who I am because I'm wearing the hat.
That's awesome.
So that's how that came about.
It's a really great hat.
Thank you. I know my husband really loves it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll be glad to see you wearing it.
Yes, because he says, wear it. Let her make sure she wear it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the cafe, very unique. One of the things I loved was that boathouse sign. Tell us the story behind that.
The story behind that is the Boathouse was one of the original developers on the area where the condos are now. And what happened is, I guess they were in it for a few years. Maybe they couldn't get permits. We don't know the whole story. Well, the sign got taken down and thrown in the back field.
Yeah.
And it sat there for over 2 years. And we went through about 3 or 4 other builders that came in, put a new showroom in, didn't do anything, sold it, and it moved on. And the last group that were there, my husband Rob, he went up and said, "What are you doing with the Boathouse sign?" And he says, "It's been in the back field for 2 years." And the guy goes, "Well, if it's still here tomorrow, it's going in the garbage." So we went over, picked it up, went back to the shop, plugged it in, and it worked.
Oh, wow.
And it's been, Rob loves it. He'd like to put it on the outside, but I thought it might be a bit confusing for people. But
Sure.
yeah, it is a focal point of the cafe, and but that's why it's there.
Yeah.
We just loved it, and we fell in love with it. So
yeah, it looks great on that.
yeah, it really
wall.
does, and everyone, it is a conversation piece, and they get the same story that I just gave you.
Yeah, excellent. And you also do events there,
We
right?
do. Oh, sorry, Maya. Well, we don't do a lot of formal events. I mean, a lot of it is for family, but we've done bridal showers there, and we have had a group of parents ask if they could rent the back space to paint a family project. They were all painting glass picture frames, and they needed somewhere to go, so they kind of rented the back space. And we've had principal of a school bring in all her teachers because she wanted them to brainstorm outside the box and wanted to go somewhere or like very creative and different than the school. So she brought all her teachers there for the day, and they had their coffees and their teas and their snacks, and they all brainstormed, and they were there for the whole day.
Oh,
so we do get a lot of people asking breakfast brunches, or can they do their engagement brunch there? So these are all things that we are throwing around.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah, that's a really good spot you have back there.
It really is a nice spot just to be in, I think, and everybody's it's so relaxing, and I think that's why people want to hang out there.
Yeah, and I just love that you're both so open to giving tours in the back, because I remember...
Oh, Rob loves doing
I know.
that. Yeah, I think you got the 10-cent tour as well. Yes, he does. And because there is a lot of history with him there and what we do. And we love just talking to people. And then people, at first, I'm always walk by and I go like this, let them go. And then they are the ones that are keeping him there. So it's really not him keeping them there. They're just really, and a lot of the younger, we get a lot of young women, which I find interesting. We just took on a young 17-year-old girl. She just came for a co-op. She wants to be a welder. So she was in the back of our shop for a week, Chloe, and she did a fabulous job.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
It's funny to see the younger and the females, which I'm surprised, love the shop.
Okay, that's nice.
It is nice. Yeah, it's really, really, really cute.
So, okay, so you started a coffee shop, and you said it was kind of unconventional. What challenges did you face in starting this cafe?
I think the only challenges I think we ran into was right in the very beginning, because we were very naive about this. Oh, make a cup of coffee, throw a baked good up on the counter, and call it a day. Well, when you get the same guys coming in all the time, you just can't have one banana bread and a coffee cake. Oh man, now I got to come up with something else. So I've had to kind of revamp and come up with what different baked goods that way. We try and keep our coffees pretty much the same. I'm not big enough, and I really don't want to be someone that has a big $10,000 espresso machine, so I do a lot of the French presses, and I just keep everything really basic. So the challenges there would have been just learning how to make coffee and make a good cup of coffee, because we just made it when you just make it for yourselves, and now you're dealing with the public. There's a lot of things that you kind of have to learn. So that was stuff that I had to learn. Rob still is only qualified black drip coffee.
No.
That's what he tells everybody too. Anyone want just plain coffee? And they all go no, but they'll wait for their chance and their turn. So, but yeah, that's probably about the only thing that we were naive about was what was expected of us when people walked in.
Okay, but you learn as you go.
You do learn as you go, and I try to accommodate. If someone says, do you have this? You know what? No, I don't, but I'll think about it. And if I get enough people asking for it, then maybe I'll introduce it, you know. But if it's only one person in a year and a half, you know, I'm not going to go out and try and adjust that for that.
Yeah. Okay.
But we do try and keep people, trying to accommodate. Like, we had a young lady, we don't have a ramp, and she wanted to come in, so Rob built one that next day and told her, have you ever come back? You know, because we have that little lip there.
Yeah.
So now, you know, we do stuff like that, you know, just to, we want her to enjoy it too, because she really wanted to come in. So
okay.
So
yeah.
So hopefully
that's
she'll
nice.
come back. But we did build her a ramp.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, if not her, then someone else.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. You know, we got a lot of walkers and strollers and stuff, so it all works out.
Perfect. All right. How have you both been resourceful in, you know, building the Concrete Cafe?
Ooh, how to be resourceful. I think we just go on. We're funny that way. We do everything organically, and really we fly by the seat of our pants most of the times. We really do.
Yeah.
You know, we just try and be ourselves. We try and do things that we think people will like and enjoy, and as far as resourceful, yeah, we really do. I mean, you've met Rob, like that whole place. Sometimes we feel it's held together by clips and tape, you know, but it doesn't look it
no.
because he is really good at what he does, and he tells me I'm good at what I do at the front of the shop to make things run smoothly. Yeah, it's when I'm not there, sometimes things can go a little crazy or a little offside. Yeah, but you just got to have the right people with you.
Yeah,
to help you out.
Exactly. And I just get like just a really good vibe from both you and Rob. Like, you just really love what you do. You're there for the community.
We do really love, and as I said, we love our community. We've lived there for a long time. We live within walking distance of our shop, and as I said, the people that come in, I have complete strangers to say, they hear me say, oh my God, I'm almost out of cream. Hey, I can go over to the Metro for you. Is that okay? These are complete strangers that come into the cafe, and it's nice. As I said, the older ladies, they come in once a week. They love it. They can sit. They can chat. They all hug me when they leave, and then they're gone. You know, and they enjoy that. And I think that comes across that we are trying to help our community and not just, you know, serving coffee. Yeah. We want people to feel comfortable, whether it's there or after we're gone.
So what's next for the cafe?
Oh my God. Well, we heard two customers, and this is another thing I like about, because our seating area, complete strangers end up having conversations. And Robert heard a guy say, they should franchise, they should open another one. And the guy next to him says, they can't. And he said, why? He says, because you can't duplicate her.
Oh.
And he pointed right at me, and Rob says, he's right.
Wow.
Because that's what people come in to see. They come in to talk to me, or they come in to talk to Rob. You can't do that if you have other locations, because you're bringing in people that aren't you. So I don't know what the future holds, because it could be knocked down in 5-10 years. We plan on hopefully sticking it out as long as we can. And if we have to expand, we will. But right now, we're comfortable handling what we've got. And I think that's
great. Well, thank you so much for being here, Monica.
Well, thank you for having me. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I hope everyone watching this visits, because it's an awesome spot.
I hope so, too.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be up next with Chantel Escoffery from CE Marketing Solutions.
In the high-pressure food world, bitter feuds and intense rivalries are everywhere.
We got some beef.
I'm inviting chefs with real-life grudges to settle the score in head-to-head culinary matchups. You feel that Brad is stealing your content and your recipes?
Yeah, not even doing a good job at doing it.
Today, we settle the score.
Are you ready for a grudge match?
Chef Grudge Match, Tuesday at 9.
Hi, my name's Scott Dennis, host of the Sports Report here on Rogers TV Durham. Do you love sports? So do I, and we're talking about it anywhere from the Oshawa Generals to College University to amateur sport. Make sure you tune in here, only on Rogers TV Durham.
Hello, welcome back to At the Heart of Business, a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. I'm your host, Judith Tate, and my next guest is Chantal Escoffery, owner of CE Marketing Solutions.
Hi, Judith.
Hi, Chantal. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us about CE Marketing Solutions.
So, CE Marketing Solutions is a company that I started about 7 years ago.
Okay.
I started it to help small and medium-sized businesses with their marketing challenges and just support. I ended up doing it while I was laid off at one point, and then I ended up going back to corporate. During that time, when I went back to corporate, I ended up doing gifts and goods, and I started doing like crafting and stuff. Okay. And so I made one thing for one person, one thing for another, and then a couple of my friends are like, hey, I want that. Hey, I want that. And it just evolved, and it started evolving. So I started the gifts and goods, which is the Take It Personal side.
Yeah.
Take It Personal is where I can actually customize different items like cups, mugs, all of those sorts of things. So I started doing that piece. While in corporate, I was dealing with what we call the sandwich years.
Yeah.
A sandwich generation. So I had elderly parents that I was helping, as well as my kids. And I ended up deciding that, you know what, I need to step away from corporate and potentially do something different.
Yeah.
So about 3 years ago, I decided to, you know what, I'm going to leave corporate and see what comes next.
Yeah.
So then what I did was I took my marketing background. So I've been in the industry for about 24 years.
Okay.
Took that and decided to go back to doing the consulting.
Yeah.
Decided to also teach. So I also teach right now at the Durham College. I also teach at the Whitby campus. I also teach at do some classes here and there for people who need support with marketing.
Yeah.
Beyond that, then my Take It Personal line still continued with that, and I decided to do an e-commerce store.
Oh, okay.
It was a lot easier to get to customers. And then I had a few friends who owned businesses who actually were like, can you make 50 of these? Can you make 100? Took me out.
Yeah.
So then while I was in marketing, I used to work with promotional items as well when I was doing different strategies. So I decided to be a distributor.
Yeah.
And so now I can actually get large items of product for businesses.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do as well. And then lastly is the functions, where I can help associations plan events and do their marketing as well. So I do that piece.
Wow, you do a lot. You do a lot of stuff. Okay, so what was it like taking the leap from corporate into entrepreneurship?
Scary. Very scary. I think some of it was I had to actually engage with a coach to get me over that hurdle, to sit there and say, you know what, you are everything to this company. Yeah. And so, for instance, like finance-wise, normally in corporate, I would send the invoice off to finance.
Yeah.
They take care of it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, there is no sending to finance. Mm-hmm. And so even one of my business coaches had to sit there and go, no, you need to invoice first. So it was hard, even just getting a stable paycheck, having that piece kind of disappear and figure out when's the next time you're gonna pay yourself as well as pay all your expenses. Yeah. So it was a little tricky, but got some good help. Got surrounded by some people who knew certain ins and outs, and then also realized that I can't do it all myself. So it's okay to outsource certain pieces of your business. So that's kind of what I ended up doing.
Yeah, good. Well, congratulations for making that leap, because it's something that not a lot of people can do, because as you said, there's like that steady paycheck and things are just kind of taken care of for you. Whereas you're a business owner, you're it. You got to do everything, especially when you're starting, and then you eventually grow your team. And then you have people that, well, you can outsource stuff, you're growing your team, but you're still it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
and I've had interns as well, which has been fabulous.
Yeah.
I am a strong believer in supporting the youth, hence teaching. I love it. I adore it. One of the best rewarding pieces is going to graduation when you're seeing your students cross the stage and being able to hug them at the end.
Yeah.
So I like that piece, and I love engaging youth to help me with my business.
Yeah.
So I hire interns.
Good. That's good.
And so that's kind of how, and my company is evolving, which is great, and it's scalable. So I'll do things in small pieces and then scale it to be a little bit larger as well, and then help other companies as well. So
tell us how you balance everything. So you have, C Marketing Solutions, you have the Take It Personal side, you're a teacher at Durham College, and you've got a new program that you're launching, right? So,
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
So I am launching I've launched a new program. It's called Sandwich Years, and it's actually to help those who are trying to balance everything.
Yeah.
Those who are given at the top bun, which I say is the parents, and those who are giving at the bottom bun, which are potentially kids or dependents, could also be animals, pets, all of those sorts of things. But you're giving.
Yeah.
You're a caregiver, and you're also having to figure out yourself. So for me, to create some sort of balance, I think the key here is, and I learned this at a TEDx, which was fabulous, was, you know what? There isn't true balance. What you have to do is enjoy the ups and enjoy the downs. Make sure you park some time for yourself.
Yes.
So what I try to do is on the weekends are for my family.
Yeah.
I try to do that piece. I work hard and I'll grind from Monday to Friday, and sometimes it's not 9 to 5, and recognizing that piece. But you know what? Sleep later. Like I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Don't call me before 9.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I know how to push to grind, and then I know when to take a break. So taking a break, I will try to enjoy maybe a good show on Netflix, maybe a good show on TV, maybe go for walks. I try to do that as well. And then the balancing of all the different products, they all fit in each other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're all marketing solutions. That's why it fits so nicely. And then Sandwich comes in as a program where people are looking for resources, and I'm hoping to help people get those resources.
Yeah.
And then businesses are looking for these people. And so at the end of the day, I'm trying to put them together in one separate hub.
Yeah.
So it all kind of fits.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I kind of keep it together. My brain, I'm very creative, so I like having variety. That's always been my thing.
Yeah.
So
do you want to tell us a bit more about Sandwich Years? Because I think it's something that's very much needed, and I don't know anyone else who's doing what you're doing.
So Sandwich Years came from, I have 2 deceased parents, and going through that was a little emotional.
Yeah.
But and the tag for the whole thing is squeezed and blessed.
Nice.
So I was very squeezed in taking care of them. I have siblings, I have a husband, and so I have my parents, but then I also have my in-laws as well. And so when you're going through caregiving at that extreme, you really have less time for yourself.
Yeah.
You need flexibility.
Yeah.
Hence, having your own business, it works. Because you can take them to the doctor. You can do different things for them.
Yeah.
And so with the Sandwich Years program, what I've done is I've set up different ways that people can engage, because there's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
So there's an Instagram, there's a Facebook, there's a website, all at Sandwich Years. That's the tag, but sandwichyears.ca. And so there's also a podcast where I'm actually going to be letting other people tell their stories.
Nice.
And it's going to be heartwarming. It's going to be sad. I think I'm going to probably tear a bit.
Yeah.
But then it's also going to be that feeling of, I persevered, but I love them so.
Yeah.
So that's the blessed side.
Yeah.
And so hoping that we can tell those stories, but then also tell tools.
Yeah.
Like, why are we all searching for different answers when we can have it in one place?
Yeah.
And that's really what the Sandwich Years is about.
Oh, I love it. So again, you do a lot of stuff. What is the benefit to not specializing? Sorry, I'm trying to find my words. Not specializing in something where you kind of cover a lot.
Everything.
Because you always hear you got to specialize. But how has that been beneficial to you to generalize?
So being a generalist, typically if you are looking for marketing support, it's ideal to get a generalist in place first, because they're the ones who can actually help you with the strategy and the long-term vision. Okay. They have they kind of are an asset to everything.
Yeah.
They know the social, they know website, they know digital, they know direct mail. They are omni-channel-ish, and they can understand the pieces of all the different channels and how they all should blend.
Yeah.
So having a generalist come in, that serves a really good purpose, because then also for me, I've done many different industries. So with my 24 years of experience, I've worked on credit card. I've worked on travel. I've worked on all of those things. I was very fortunate to have my career, like where I started, as well as tourism and all of those things. So I can bring those connections together. And that's typically what a generalist can do. And they can see it when you have a specialist. And literally, too, a generalist knows when to bring a specialist in. So specialists are always very good because they know their lane and they know it well. And so a generalist, a good generalist will sit there, give you a good strategy, help you through, and then say, let's pull in a specialist for this component so that we can get this done.
Good.
And so that's where I love being a generalist.
Yeah.
It was funny, I was reading an article from Maclean's and it was sort of saying, you're a crafter of everything kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you have skills that can blend. I was very fortunate to have very good mentors and very good VPs and directors who just threw me into projects.
Nice.
And they're like, Chantal can do it. She'll figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, ask the question. And so what I always tell my students too is there's never a stupid question. You don't know it. Someone else doesn't know it. Ask the question. It takes longer to try to figure it out yourself than to ask a question. And so those are kind of the pieces. But yeah, being a generalist, they typically can help you see the full picture.
Good. I love it. So with balancing all of that, everything you do, how have you had to be resourceful?
So, for example, lots of resources, and basically technology is our best friend nowadays.
Yes.
So AI, one of those things. Interns, students who are trying to learn certain crafts and things like that. You can give direction, and you can also get creativity from students. So engaging with students. Also finding specialists. So graphic designers. I don't do graphic design. Canva is a great tool, but I don't do graphic design. And so I can use Canva, but I have a graphic designer that I lean on. I have two that I actually lean on. And so finding those resources, and I'm very fortunate to have mingled and met a lot of people that I can lean on to say, hey, can you support me with this for this client? Or can you support me with this for me? And so that's kind of how I've been really resourceful in that nature. So.
Oh, good. So what's next for CE Marketing Solutions?
What's next? So right now, what's next? We're looking at, so for coaching and training, I'm going to continue those lenses. I'm going to make sure teaching, definitely, I adore it. So I'm going to put out some more classes to help in certain lanes for certain people. And so those classes will be up on my site as well. What I will also do is for gifts and goods, so the Take It Personal, the one-offs, continue those things. And then as people want new things, I can go and source those items. For promo items, I'm a distributor, so I have a website that has a gamut of things. What I've looked for is Canadian suppliers, specifically because of what's going on in the politics and everything like that. And so I have some Canadian suppliers that I use, so if anybody needs anything, happy to try to source things out. And then from the function side, some exciting events coming up as well with some exciting people. And so we won't tell everything, but stay tuned. And then sandwichers, just getting that lifted off the ground and hoping that we can support a lot of people through that. So that's kind of what's next.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was so nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
She's my dear friend, so I love having her here.
And I'm so happy.
Everyone, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time on another episode of At the Heart of Business.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity